In the hustle and bustle of modern life, sleep often takes a back seat. It's a common refrain, one that echoes in the minds of countless adults grappling with the demands of work, family, and in many cases, excessive screen time. As the evening hours fade into night, the struggle to find restful slumber can leave many feeling like they are fighting an uphill battle. It's a universal experience, where one too many late nights and early mornings blend into a haze of fatigue and irritability. Imagine waking up feeling not refreshed, but more exhausted than the night before. The weight of the day ahead feels heavier as the mind struggles to focus and negotiations with colleagues become strained. It's in these moments that the importance of quality sleep becomes painfully clear. Sleep is not merely a pause in our busy lives. It is a fundamental pillar of our physical and mental well-being. Just as we charge our devices at the end of the day, our bodies crave the same dedicated time for restoration. When sleep eludes us, our bodies send out signals, clues that can often be overlooked or dismissed. It is all too easy to chalk up daily irritability to stress or overwhelm instead of recognizing it as a symptom of something deeper, something that points to an essential need for more sleep. Understanding these signs can ignite a powerful shift, opening our eyes to the critical role that rest plays in our health journey. As we navigate this exploration of the connection between sleep and well-being, it's essential to recognize that everyone experiences moments of sleep deprivation. Whether it's the new parent adjusting to the demands of a crying baby, the student burning the midnight oil before deadlines, or the professional striving to balance multiple responsibilities, the stories may differ, yet they resonate with a common thread. Everyone has felt the shadows of fatigue creeping in, dimming the vibrancy of daily life. Within these shared experiences lies an opportunity for connection and awareness. By identifying the symptoms that suggest our bodies are yearning for more rest, we can take steps toward a healthier, more fulfilling existence. This journey will not only shine a light on the challenges, but will also reveal practical strategies that can be easily woven into our busy lives. Prioritizing sleep can lead to transformative changes, improvements in mood, sharpness in focus, and a renewed sense of vitality. As this journey unfolds, it is vital to hold close to the idea that sleep is a gift we give ourselves, an act of self-care that reverberates through our well-being. Each choice we make can guide us back towards the restorative embrace of slumber, paving the way to a brighter, more energetic future. So let's embark on this exploration together, uncovering not just the signs, but the solutions that lie within our grasp, as we reaffirm the importance of sleep in our lives. In our modern quest for productivity, we often overlook one of the simplest yet profound gifts we have: sleep. Yet the prevalence of sleep deprivation underscores an urgent need to reassess how we prioritize this fundamental aspect of our lives. Take, for instance, the story of Sarah, a dedicated marketer who once believed that sacrificing sleep was the ticket to career advancement. Late nights spent crafting presentations, coupled with early mornings filled with meetings, became her norm. Yet, despite her relentless effort, Sarah found herself in a downward spiral of exhaustion, anxiety, and frustration. Her breakthrough came when a colleague, concerned about her well-being, gently reminded her that sleep is not an enemy of productivity. Rather, it is its ally. Sarah's experience vividly highlights an unsettling truth. Our relationship with sleep can often resemble a tumultuous partnership. For many, sleep feels like a negotiable item on a to-do list, easily pushed aside in favor of other pressing demands. The fallout from this habit can manifest in myriad ways: irritability, forgetfulness, or even physical ailments that seem to creep in unnoticed. Did you know that chronic sleep deprivation can lead to serious health risks, including cardiovascular issues and a weakened immune system? In these moments of lost rest, our bodies start to signal their distress, unveiling the sometimes hidden consequences of our choices. As we further explore the intricate tapestry of sleep's impact on our lives, we can look towards science for insight. Research shows that the quality of our sleep is just as vital as its quantity. Enter the phenomenon of REM sleep, when our brains become most active, akin to a theater of dreams playing out our thoughts and emotions. It is during this remarkable stage that our minds engage in problem-solving, creativity, and emotional regulation. The depth of these connections continues to deepen our understanding of why sleep is not just a luxury, but a necessity. By nurturing a sleeping environment that is cool, dark, and quiet, and by developing a calming bedtime routine, we open the door to the restorative night our bodies crave. But beyond the science lies a broader narrative of cultural perception surrounding sleep. In many societies, there is an unfortunate glorification of sleeplessness. The idea that those who stay up late or rise early are the most industrious. Yet a shift is occurring. More voices are beginning to champion rest as a source of resilience rather than a sign of weakness. The rise of sleep hygiene movements and resources offers practical wisdom for those eager to reclaim their nights. Tips abound: digital detoxes before bedtime, sacred rituals of reading or meditating, and perhaps most importantly, the practice of setting boundaries around work and leisure time. Let us now turn to the story of Daniel, a high school teacher who, after years of neglecting his sleep, made a courageous decision to prioritize this essential aspect of his life. Gradually, he formed a new rhythm, sleeping at the same hour each night, allowing his body to learn the choreography of rest. The results were remarkable. Not only did he rediscover his zest for teaching, but the connection he felt with his students deepened. With more energy, he was better equipped to engage with them, sparking a genuine interest in their lives and learning. Every decision we make about sleep reverberates through our days, shaping our experiences and interactions. Each night offers a blank slate, a chance to reset and recharge. It invites us to envelop ourselves in self-care, turning down the noise of the world and embracing the stillness that whispers possibility. As we navigate our busy lives, let us remember the incredible power of sleep, not just as a necessity, but as a cherished opportunity to cultivate our best selves. In this exploration, we unveil our relationship with sleep as a mirror reflecting our values, desires, and well-being. As we anchor our identities in the fabric of rest, let us break free from the chains of guilt and embrace the beauty of sleep as a partner in our journey toward holistic health. Sleep, after all, is not simply an end to our day, but a vital component of a life well lived, igniting a fire within us that illuminates the path to vitality. As we delve deeper into the intricate relationship between sleep and well-being, let's reflect on the story of Maria, a successful entrepreneur who crafted her life around relentless ambition and late-night brainstorming sessions. At first glance, Maria's lifestyle appeared glamorous, merging passion with purpose, her startup flourishing under her devoted leadership. Yet, beneath the surface of bustling conference calls and weekend workshops, fatigue began to shape her reality. Maria could no longer dismiss the stress headaches that had become frequent companions. Even in the quiet moments, her mind raced, a million ideas swirling together in a chaotic tempest. It was during a particularly taxing week that Maria experienced her epiphany. An important pitch was looming, yet instead of the usual surge of adrenaline that propelled her through sleepless nights, fatigue washed over her like a heavy blanket. A close friend visited, concerned by the dark circles under her eyes and the tremor in her voice. During their conversation, Maria opened up about her struggles. Her friend, a wellness coach, gently suggested the idea of embracing a sleep routine. "What if," she said, "the best way forward isn't more hours of work but more hours of rest?" Maria took those words to heart. Inspired, she began to reconfigure her evenings, crafting a designated hour for winding down. She stepped away from screens, replacing them with a world of paperbacks, scented candles, and herbal teas. As the days turned into weeks, Maria noticed a metamorphosis. Regained clarity returned to her thoughts. Creativity flowed, and the fatigue that had once suffocated her ambition began to lift. This narrative reflects a powerful truth about sleep. Sometimes, it's the simple recalibration of our priorities that can breathe new life into our ambitions. The transformation Maria experienced wasn't just about the hours clocked in, but about embracing rest as an integral part of the creative process. Scientific studies underscore this notion only too well, shedding light on the profound impact that sleep can have on cognitive function and creativity. Adequate rest has been shown to enhance memory consolidation, meaning that the ideas born in moments of clarity during the day are not lost but nurtured and expanded during our dreams. The extraordinary journey of understanding sleep illuminates a critical lesson. We must recognize sleep not only as a requirement, but as a vital investment in our health and aspirations. This journey into the realm of rest and recovery cultivates a newfound respect for our bodies and minds, urging us to prioritize sleep in the same manner we would any other crucial element of self-care. Turning our focus from individual stories to the collective wisdom shared across the world, we uncover rich cultural narratives surrounding sleep practices. In some cultures, the value of a mid-afternoon siesta is celebrated, regarded not merely as a luxury, but as a necessary pause to recharge during the day. In contrast, others employ rituals that weave community and connection into the fabric of rest, where family members gather in tranquil conversations before bed. These practices highlight that sleep transcends individual experiences. It is intertwined with our identities, values, and relationships. As we move toward embracing these diverse perspectives, let us summon the story of Ahmed, a university researcher who works late into the nights pursuing groundbreaking studies. However, this fervor came at a cost. Eventually, insomnia crept in, leading to anxiety that affected not only his cognitive function, but also his relationships with colleagues and family. It was one ordinary afternoon when he stumbled upon an article advocating for the integration of cultural practices into daily life to combat sleep issues. Inspired by indigenous practices around the world, Ahmed decided to experiment. He carved out a calming evening tradition, a ritual steeped in deep breathing and gentle stretches, followed by a moment of gratitude shared with those he cherished. As weeks passed, Ahmed's not just his sleep improved, but his interactions flourished. He became more present during lectures, capable of engaging with his students with renewed vigor. While submitting research proposals, he found himself brimming with insights, drawing from the vast well of ideas that had started to flow again after introducing sacred pauses into his life. Through Ahmed's journey, we see not just an individual transforming, but rather a broader call to foster a culture that recognizes rest. As a society, we should advocate not only for the importance of sleep, but for a redefinition of success and productivity, one that includes balance, mindfulness, and the understanding that our worth is not measured by how frequently we sacrifice sleep for achievement. In this exploration, we have moved from personal narratives to cultural reflections, all illustrating the sacred importance of sleep. It is a reminder that every individual journey and every cultural practice unite to weave a larger tapestry that celebrates rest, a beautiful, restorative force in our lives. The power of sleep, when embraced, doesn't merely refresh our bodies. It enriches our existence, illuminating pathways to joy, health, and creativity that await us on the other side of slumber. So, let us carry forth this message. Creating a world that nurtures sleep is creating a world that thrives. Together, we must reclaim our nights and reawaken to the vibrant possibilities they offer. As we journey further into the captivating realm of sleep and its profound significance in our lives, we stumble upon the life of a spirited musician named Leo. With dreams woven into melodies, he was often found on stage, pouring his soul into performances that electrified audiences. However, the late nights spent playing gigs and composing songs began to take a toll on his mental clarity. Insomnia crept in, twisting the once clear notes of his creativity into jumbled dissonance. At first, Leo embraced the whirlwind of activity, believing that sacrifice was necessary for success. He thrived on the accolades and the buzz of the crowd, often dismissing sleep in favor of yet another performance or writing session. But as fatigue settled like dust upon his heart, Leo's vibrant spirit dimmed. The irony was not lost on him. The very passion that ignited his life was being stifled by the deprivation of rest. One fateful afternoon, during a particularly dreamy sunset, a friend invited him to a workshop designed for creatives struggling with burnout. The workshop leader, an enlightening figure well versed in the importance of sleep, began with a simple phrase: "Sleep is the bedrock of creativity." This invitation to listen to the wisdom of the body shifted the currents of Leo's perception. The leader spoke passionately about how the processes of sleep weave new understandings and inspirations into our conscious thoughts, almost acting as a muse that whispers ideas to us in the quiet of night. Inspired by this newfound understanding, Leo began to craft not just rhythms in his music, but also a rhythm in his life. He established a gentle nighttime routine that included dimming the lights in his studio and transitioning from strumming his guitar to reflecting on the day's moments in a journal. In taking this sacred time for himself, he released the pressure of performance and invited repose into his creative process. Weeks of this dedicated practice yielded results that surpassed expectations. Not only did Leo's music flourish, but an internal calm enveloped him. The songs he composed during this period were vibrant and alive, fueled by the clarity that adequate sleep provided. As he stood on stage, each note resonated deeper, echoing not just through the hall but within his own life. Friends remarked on the new energy in his performances, feeling a connection that seemed to soar to new heights, revealing that in reclaiming his nights, he uncovered a richer harmony in both his art and existence. Leo's story encapsulates an important essence of sleep. It nurtures creativity and fosters connections, both within ourselves and with others. Indeed, studies support this notion, revealing that our brains are hard at work during sleep, processing emotional experiences and enhancing our problem-solving abilities. Scientific research has shown that REM sleep plays a crucial role in creative thought. It's as if, during those tranquil hours, our brains gather scattered ideas and fuse them into innovative concepts, reminding us that slumber is not a barrier to our ambitions, but a fertile ground for their growth. Now, as we turn toward understanding our collective responsibilities, let's immerse ourselves in a poignant tale of community. In a quaint village in Mexico, an age-old tradition known as La Siesta nurtures a harmonious balance between work and rest. Here, the afternoons are sacred, shops close, and life pauses in the warm embrace of a midday wind. The beauty of the siesta lies not only in the refreshing respite it provides, but also in the cultural values it symbolizes. Community and family interactions flourish in this restorative time. Many villagers share laughter and stories as they gather, feeding their souls while simultaneously respecting their biological needs for rest. This practice has been passed down through generations, embedded with the understanding that sleep rejuvenates not only the body, but also the fabric of social connection. In an era where productivity often overshadows personal well-being, the villagers' approach to sleep serves as a powerful reminder that health is intertwined with the stories we share and the bonds we nurture. Through this cultural lens, we witness a compelling narrative that encourages us to reconsider how we view sleep as a fundamental part of life's rhythm, deeply woven into our interactions, communities, and our shared human experience. As we reflect on the importance of embracing restorative rest, we find ourselves standing at the intersection of individual stories and collective values. It is here that Sarah, Daniel, Maria, Ahmed, Leo, and the siesta-loving villagers converge, highlighting the profound tapestry of sleep's vital role in our lives. In their unique journeys lies a shared calling, to acknowledge the ancient wisdom that sleep is a cornerstone of our health, creativity, and relationships. As we integrate these insights into our lives, we have the opportunity to foster a societal shift that prioritizes rest alongside productivity. Together, let's weave this narrative into the fabric of our daily lives, creating a culture that cherishes sleep not merely as an endpoint to our day, but as a dynamic source of personal and communal vitality. It's time to reclaim our nights, to embrace the hushed moments that await us under the stars, and acknowledge the beauty of waking to a world renewed by the quiet embrace of slumber. In doing so, We open ourselves to the endless potential that awaits when we honor the sacred act of sleep. In our ongoing exploration of sleep and its essential role in our lives, we find ourselves drawn to the story of Emma, an unapologetic night owl working as a graphic designer. With deadlines looming and projects requiring immense creativity, Emma's nocturnal tendencies transformed her from a dreamer into a worker of dreams, conjuring colorful worlds on her screen while the rest of the city slept. Yet, as the calendar filled with ambitious plans, the hours she sacrificed from her sleep began to take a toll on her health. Initially, the thrill of late-night creativity fueled Emma's productivity. Her mind raced with ideas, and she thrived on the caffeine-fueled energy that kept her going into the early hours of the morning. Her portfolio blossomed, filled with breathtaking designs that earned her client praise and industry accolades. But gradually, what had once been a source of joy turned into a double-edged sword. The once bright hues of her creations became drab, mirroring the fatigue that settled into her bones. On a particularly grueling day filled with back-to-back meetings and a looming project deadline, Emma felt the crash of fatigue hit her like a tidal wave. As she struggled to muster the energy to present her ideas, she noticed her thoughts began to drift, her creativity stalling. It was in that moment of clarity that Emma understood. Her sacrifice of sleep was silencing her most precious gift, the ability to create. A friend, noticing the shift in Emma's demeanor, gifted her a book titled Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, which opened Emma's eyes to the astonishing science behind sleep and its profound impact on cognitive function, health, and creativity. The book articulated concepts she had brushed off, but now began to comprehend deeply. She learned that during sleep, particularly REM and deep sleep phases, the brain undergoes complex processes that enhance learning, creativity, and emotional resilience. It was a revelation, a reminder that, far from being a hindrance to productivity, adequate sleep was the gateway to her best work. With newfound inspiration, Emma began to implement changes in her life. She established a nightly routine, transforming her workspace into a sanctuary for relaxation. Gone were the days of blue light from screens before bed. Instead, she embraced the warmth of candlelit evenings, the aroma of calming essential oils spreading through her home. Emma began to practice mindfulness, engaging in gentle yoga and meditation, allowing her mind to quieten in preparation for rest. As the sun rose on her freshly altered routine, Emma began to notice the changes manifesting in her work. The vibrant colors of her designs returned, and her creativity flourished like never before. Projects that once felt like mountains to climb became invigorating challenges, sparking excitement and innovation. Not only did her designs thrive, but her general mood transformed. She approached each day with a sense of purpose, liberated from the chains of fatigue. Emma's journey exemplifies a powerful truth. The improvements in our relationships, experiences, and productivity often unfold through the lens of sufficient rest. Scientific evidence affirms this. Studies have shown that well-rested individuals are better equipped to handle stress, make decisions, and engage in creative thinking. The simple act of prioritizing sleep became the catalyst for Emma's reawakening, reshaping not only her work life, but also her overall sense of well-being. As we expand this narrative, let's shift our focus to Sam, a nurse whose occupation is as demanding as it is crucial. Sam's life revolved around 12-hour shifts, caring for patients in a busy urban hospital. The intensity of the healthcare environment often led to chaotic sleep patterns, the unpredictability of night duty turning any semblance of a regular sleep schedule into a distant memory. Amid the late-night adrenaline of caring for patients, Sam found solace in brief moments of rest. But managing sleep was a mountain to climb, with the demands of his profession forcing him to navigate through fatigue, often disregarding the weariness that plagued his mind and body. Friends began to express concern. Sam frequently spoke of feeling worn down, struggling to enjoy activities outside of work. Recognizing the impact on his mental health, Sam sought assistance from a sleep specialist who provided insights into the science of shift work and its effects on sleep hygiene. The specialist shared key strategies tailored for individuals in demanding professions. Sam learned the importance of establishing a sleep sanctuary, ensuring his room was dark, quiet, and cool, a haven where his body could rest without disruption. In addition to this, he introduced mindfulness practices, enforcing boundaries not just in his professional life, but also in the time he set aside for rest. Practicing techniques such as the 4-7-8 breathing exercise, developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, helped him unwind during the twilight hours before sleep. This practice, coupled with a commitment to maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, even on his days off, allowed Sam to reclaim his nights and restore his well-being. As weeks turned to months, the benefits were profound. Sam found that by prioritizing sleep, not only was he more alert during his shifts, but he felt more emotionally connected to his patients. The fog of fatigue lifted, transforming him into a beacon of light, shining brightly in an environment that could feel overwhelmingly dark. Conversations with colleagues sparked a culture shift, where prioritization of sleep became a shared value, igniting discussions around wellness and self-care within the medical profession. Sam's story is a testament to the extraordinary resilience contained within our individual narratives, illustrating the collective triumph that emerges from the recognition of sleep as an essential ally in our lives. Through these tales of Emma and Sam, we glimpse the common thread connecting all lives to the fundamental necessity of rest. It invites us to engage in a deeper conversation about creating supportive environments on both personal and societal levels that honor the importance of sleep. As we stand at the threshold of this newfound awareness, we encounter another compelling aspect of sleep, its significance in fortifying our mental health. As we reflect on Marcus, a young artist navigating the turbulent waters of anxiety and depression, his relationship with sleep serves as a poignant reminder of how interconnected our well-being truly is. For Marcus, sleep had often been an elusive companion, fraught with nightmares and racing thoughts. The nights would stretch into battles, where he wrestled with his mind, seeking solace in restless tossing and turning. His talent lay in creating vivid paintings, a reflection of his emotional landscape, but as his mental health ebbed and flowed, so did his creativity. After a particularly challenging episode, where weeks melded into sleepless nights punctuated by anxiety, Marcus turned to a mental health professional who provided valuable insights on how sleep deprivation exacerbates emotional distress. The therapist emphasized that restorative sleep is not just about physical rest. It is about providing the mind with the necessary time to heal, process, and rejuvenate. With encouragement, Marcus began to articulate his fears on canvas, allowing his abstract creations to capture the raw emotions that surged within him. Yet, along with this creative output, he made a conscious decision to embrace healthier sleep practices. He introduced a consistent bedtime routine that included gratitude journaling, where he would record thoughts of positivity before drifting off. The acts of creation and gratitude together nurtured a calmer narrative in his mind, a cocoon of safety where he could explore the depths of his emotions. Over time, Marcus noticed a shift in his sleep patterns. The nightmares began to fade, replaced by dreams that reflected hope and possibility. This newfound peace translated into his artwork, infusing vibrant colors and themes of upliftment that cascaded through the canvases he produced. As his relationship with sleep improved, so too did his interactions with friends and family. He became more present, allowing love and connection to flourish where once anxiety reigned. Marcus's journey highlights the intimate link between sleep and mental health, showcasing the power of prioritizing rest as a means to stabilize our emotional landscape. Scientific research corroborates these experiences, illustrating how quality sleep can decrease anxiety, increase emotional resilience, and enhance overall mental well-being. As we draw closer to wrapping up our narrative exploration, we are reminded that the themes surrounding sleep are imbued with essential truths that resonate far beyond individual stories. They call upon us to re-examine our cultural belief systems, to advocate for environments where rest is revered rather than relegated. Through the stories of Emma, Sam, and Marcus, we are invited to acknowledge a profound reality. Caring for ourselves includes making sleep an undeniable priority. In sharing these narratives, we cultivate a collective understanding of sleep not merely as the absence of wakefulness, but as a vibrant tapestry of creativity, healing, and well-being, a call to action to cherish and celebrate sleep as an indispensable ally in our journey of life. So let us weave together the lessons learned, embracing the inherent value of rest, not just for ourselves, but for our communities and society at large. Through this shared responsibility, we can create a world that champions the beauty of sleep, allowing vibrant creativity, meaningful connections, and resilient health to thrive in harmony with the rhythms of life.